Hello and good evening and welcome to another episode of Tokyo Reds. Tonight we are here in front of on the banks of the Sumida River in Tokyo, and as you can see the sky tree in the background, which is the tallest freestanding tower in the world and the second tallest structure on Earth, 634 meters, 2008 feet. Pretty cool. I've been to the top of it. It's quite mad. You can see it's gold tonight for the Olympics. Japan doing pretty well actually in the Olympics so far. And so today what we're going to do is we have our first Premier League preview of the season against Arsenal. Massive game coming up. Very difficult first game. Possibly. Let's discuss. So obviously end of pre-season, Tom. We beat Barcelona 4-0. We lost the Mainz 4-0. Should we take those results seriously going into this game?
We can't take them too seriously. I mean, a couple of years back, I remember we actually beat Dortmund 4-0 a week before the season, and I wanted to take it seriously because I wanted to believe it meant something. Barcelona, obviously, Messi and Suarez, we shouldn't underestimate that. It's a good result. I was really happy with it. It's good to see us linking together. It was incredible to see Liverpool go to Wembley, and it was like a home game for us. That was fantastic. But it is a friendly. It's not a competitive match. We can take confidence from it, but yeah, ultimately we can't take it too seriously.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, as you mentioned in the last game, John, the last video, sorry, Barcelona, I mean, Arsenal or Barcelona light to an extent. Do you think is that the game to focus on? Like the Barcelona game?
Yeah, I mean, like Tom said, you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. But I thought there were some really good performances, especially with Lallana. Like that goal, Mane's first goal, that was pretty much all Lallana. So you've got to take out like just little bits out of it. You've got to think, because it was a practice game for the main event, which is the season. So yeah, I wouldn't go as far as say, oh God, that's it, we beat them 4-0, we're going to beat everyone like 10-0. But I think we have to take the positives out of it and take it with a pinch of salt, but take it a little bit seriously.
Okay, I mean, yeah, for me, like the Barcelona game was the way that we won the ball so high up the pitch so many times, and so many games, so many goals came from that kind of situation. We can exploit that from Arsenal, definitely. So talking about the Arsenal game, they're missing a tremendous amount of players, especially in defence. Gabriel, Mertesacker, Koscielny, they're all out. Koscielny might be rushed back, but apparently there's more chance of him missing the game. Also, Ozil and Giroud are out, which is huge for us. They've rushed Ramsey and Sanchez back. Apparently, they will play, but they're not, 100% match fit. So that's pretty cool. Obviously, we've got our defensive injuries as well. So Tom, what do you think? What are Arsenal's weakest points? Do you think?
I have to say, midfield and defence. If we can get at their defence, we can get the midfield. Obviously, Petacek, great keeper. They've got that on side. But I think if we can attack them, dispossessing them early on, the gegenpressing, I think we could cause them real problems if we start like that. But we need to start quick. We can't sit back, because Arsenal can play football. Let's give them credit where it's due. They can play football. If you sit back, they'll come at us. They could go up in no time. Even though I think we've got a good chance of winning, if they get the first goal, it's the Emirates, we might get nervous. We need to come at them. We need to attack early on. Definitely get their defence, definitely, and get physical as well.
Okay, yeah, I pretty much agree with that, to be honest. So, John, like, do you think, like, would it be better to go on the counter-attack or to put our game to them, do you think? Put them to the sword kind of thing?
That's the thing of Arsenal. You can't let them play their game. You have to put them under pressure. And that's been the same for years. As soon as you let them play their little, tic-tac football, that's how they beat teams. I don't think any team goes to the Emirates or expects Arsenal to come to them with, to sit back and to win. Because, I mean, that's how they play. They pass it around so well. I mean, I heard as well, don't they do it in training? Wenger does like a half a size of like... He does training games half the size of the pitch.
Yeah.
So half the pitch, so they can just practice moving around. So I think it's kind of a bit foolish, despite all their industries. injuries and the industries.
It's a hot day, it's alright.
Yeah. That no, you can't. You have to go, and that's what kind of our philosophy is now, isn't it? The gegenpress, and we're gonna go out and attack.
I agree. I think like we have to sort of, you know, what it is not just what I noticed in pre-season as well, especially in the Barcelona game. It's not the first ball press; it's the second ball press that's really shown what a difference from last season. You know, like we're anticipating where they're going to play a ball.
I think as well it's the speed. So like with like Mane and stuff like that, we've just got a lot more speed in that team. Everyone seems a lot more sharper now, a lot more fixed. I think a lot of players have made the transition between Rodgers and the players that have come in are just like sharp and.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, no, I think it's great. For me, like, okay, let's talk about lineups then. Start with the goal. I mean, Mignolet's goalkeeper. Yeah. Mignolet's goalkeeper. Manning was shocking against Mainz, if I'm honest. I hate saying it, but he was. So Mignolet's in goal. Back four.
Back four. I'd start with Lovren, Sacco, Moreno. Hate saying that. Right back line.
Sacco?
Sacco.
Is he fit? I don't think Sacco's fit, mate.
I thought he was. Sorry, mate. Sorry, I thought he was.
I think the ones we got is Lovren, Klavan, and Matip are the available defenders.
My bad.
That's all right.
I retract that.
We've had a few beers as well.
We have had a few. So the three lads you mentioned, not Moreno. I'd actually go for a back three.
Back three.
I'll go for a back three.
Wow. Okay.
As long as we go at them. If we sit back, don't go for a back three. I remember Brendan doing that a couple of years ago. It went against us. But with those three, yeah, I'd feel confident.
Okay, that's.
You wouldn't play Chan in the back three.
Hey, remember that Merseyside derby? Don't need reminding of that.
No is the answer to that question, John. We wouldn't.
Derby.
No. Oh yeah. Okay. Back three. Wow, John.
You're insane, mate. Fucking insane. Never a back three. Especially with Arsenal, just because of how quickly they can break, and they play very attacking football, and that scares me. So, just I'd put Milner at left back.
Wow.
I think he's just a lot more kind of focused in the games. He kind of understands how to play football a lot better than Moreno. Moreno's great going forwards, but forgets he's a defender, and then just doesn't know how to do it. So.
No, I think that's fair enough. I mean, you fancy Milner against Sanchez than Moreno against Sanchez. You know, like that's.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I fancy Milner against most people over Moreno, to be honest with you, just because.
Poor Alberto.
Poor Alberto, but you're only as good as your last performance, and it was the Europa League final. So.
That is true. Yeah, for me, like left, I get what you're both saying. For me, like, we have to play back four. It's either Milner or Moreno. Defence, I'm going to say Lovren and Klavan. Would you agree with that, Tom? I mean, you want three at the back, but if we're going to play four.
Yeah, it's 2/3 of the way there, Tom.
If you're going to, like, we're going to play two centre-backs.
No, if we're gonna
Which
play,
two centre-backs would you choose?
Then I would say, well, if Sacco was fit, I'd definitely say Sacco. I didn't realise he wasn't. My bad. But yeah, then I'd say Klavan and Lovren.
Okay. Tom? Matip.
I'd go, like, obviously I want to see Matip because I've heard a lot of good things about him. Seen, snippets on YouTube. But it doesn't really matter, I think, out of them two because they're not Premier League proven. Yeah. So, they've both got a lot of experience, but I think from the Barcelona game, Klavan had a lot more. Yeah, he had a better game. So I think he had a really good game. And if you're doing that against Messi and, albeit a half-assed Messi and a half-assed Suarez, but on their day, a half-assed Suarez is like 10 Walcotts, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, for me, like Klavan, he's 100% match fit. I've been very impressed with him, as I mentioned in the last episode. Lovren's, he's a defo. So for me, Milner or Moreno, Lovren, Klavan, and then Klein's obviously, there's no contest there. Literally, we have no competition at right back, so it's definitely Klein. Okay, midfield. So do you think, John? Do you think they'll play a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1?
4-3-2-1. I think you'll have. Well, I don't want to go into it, but we'll get to the attacking at the. Yeah, I think maybe because Henderson's fully fit now, isn't he? So I think you'll have maybe Chan, Henderson in a kind of like centre midfield holding position, and then like Coutinho, Mane, and Lallana. I think Lallana's from his performance from his pre-season, he should be.
So you're talking Coutinho left, Lallana middle, and then Mane right.
Yeah.
I completely 100% agree with that.
Yeah, I completely agree. I can't offer a different opinion. I completely agree with that.
Oh my god, yeah. Sorry, jump cut, battery problems, but that's fine. Let's carry on. So, yes, so we talked about defence, we talked about midfield. So the strikers, biggest conundrum of the actual lineup, to be honest, is the striker. So we've got two choices, really. It's Origi, it's Firmino. Which one are we going to go for? John, who would you go for?
I'm going to go for Firmino. Origi, sorry. I'm going to go for Origi. Because, yeah, that's what it is. I think he's got a lot to his game. He's an out-and-out striker. So, he's very clinical, like he's shown in pre-season. He can, in the box, he can find a good position and he can put the ball away.
Well, this is his season, right?
Exactly, yeah. It's time to shine. Now, especially with Benteke, I mean, it looks like he's gone to Crystal Palace.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but they just sold Balassi to Everton's.
To the Ev.
I know, yeah. And so I think, it's his time to shine, and I really think he's going to take advantage of that.
Yeah, fair dues. Cool, yeah, fair enough. Tom?
I really like Origi. I'd have nothing against him starting. I think he's a fantastic player. I think he will possibly be our top goal scorer this season. But if I got the choice, I would go with Firmino. I think he's the sort of player, the way like Klopp works him, he'll be very good at stretching the Arsenal defence. He'll be very good at, not necessarily scoring, but in terms of bringing their players out of position and then literally like doing a square ball and just getting someone like Mane in on an open goal, which one-on-one with Checker, I think he got a chance. But I think, that'd be my preference. I personally think that'd be Klopp's preference. But at the same time, if Origi starts, I think it'd be fantastic as well. And I hope he comes on. He'll come on second half, whether it's half time, whether it's last 70 minutes. Definitely, I think he'll come on and score. But I would personally gravitate towards Firmino. That would be my preference.
Fair dues. To be honest, like, it's a difficult position for me to be in now because you've got one side, the other side. I have to choose the last one. For me, I would go with Origi. I think he's got an eye for goal. So is Firmino, to be fair. But Origi is an out-and-out striker. It's kind of what we need. However, saying that, I think Klopp will play Firmino. He really, really likes him. You've seen a lot of him in the German league, and he's been there all through pre-season. So he's been there from day one. So they've had a lot of time to work with each other. He also played him a lot in big games away from home last season. So I do think he's going to play with Firmino.
Man City comes to mind, sorry.
Yeah, well, massive. And Chelsea as well, For me, like, playing Firmino up top, you've got extra options off the bench as well, because you can bring Origi on and then switch. There's a lot of movement there. So no, I think Firmino will play. And, hopefully he gets a hat-trick. So, brings us on to the all-important time of the video. So we've got to talk about score predictions. First game of the season, Premier League, Liverpool versus Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. John, what is your score prediction?
I'm going to go 2-1.
2-1.
I think due to their injuries, I think we can really get to them. They're going to have a lot of inexperienced play. Well, not inexperienced. They're going to have to play some youth, especially in defence. So I think we can really get at them. They've got a great youth development, but against a team that's spent like a summer with each other, or no, not even that, it's like a summer and half a season, just honing this gegenpressing, getting it right, I think they will just overwhelm them. But I think we've got a lot of gaps, like we've seen in the Mainz game at the back, and so they could easily hit us on the break, especially if like the likes of Walcott. I think he'll do well against. I don't want him to, but he can do well against Lovren or Clavin or Matip or whoever starts.
Yeah, fair enough. I think the thing with us is we haven't got, Liverpool. This team that we have, and we've had it for years, is set pieces, and Arsenal aren't a massive set piece team. So that's one thing to think about.
Both small teams, aren't we?
Yeah, which is awesome. Tom?
Personally, I think we'll win 3-1. I think Arsenal have a fantastic team. I think they'll do well this season. Don't know if they'll make top 4, but they'll definitely be up there. Wenger seems to have a way. But I think we'll win 3-1. I think our attack, especially if we go for the gegenpressing early on, Arsenal are going to struggle with that. They don't like physical opposition, and they don't like to be closed down. Our problem is if we do what Brendan Rodgers did about 2 years ago. We were unbeaten up until we went there in 2013. It was the season we challenged. He sat back. He went defensive. You don't go defensive against Arsenal at the Emirates, because if they have possession, they're going to bring your players out, they're going to find gaps, and they're going to get at you, and they're probably going to score. And once they take the lead at home, it's very difficult to come back into it. I look at it, if we do the gegenpressing early on, if we really go at them, they're going to hate that. No disrespect to Arsenal, but their defence, it's not their strongest defence. Midfield, I think we're going to win the midfielders' battles, especially with Henderson and Khan. I think they've got a great chance. Our attack, if we can stretch them, I think we can beat them 3-1. Maybe more, but I'm going to say 3-1.
Cool, I love it. 2-1, 3-1, awesome. Yeah, I'm ever the optimist. I actually do think we're going to do them. Like the defensive injuries at the moment are just, they're it's like going to be like, it's not going to be like shooting fish in a barrel, but it's going to be close to that. I reckon we'll do them 2 or 3-0. To be honest, I think we'll get them straight away, as you say, and we'll have too much for them at the end of the day. We can score a lot of goals. They aren't going to get us in set pieces, which is our Achilles heel.
That's the thing with Arsenal as well, isn't it? If you kill that game off early, they're not really a team that just continues to fight on. I mean, they're not.
Neither are the fans.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
The fans will turn on them straight away. They're the craziest fans in the world, like the most bipolar fans that there are. I like Arsenal. I've got no problem with Arsenal, but the fans are mad. No offence, but no, I think we'll do them.
You can understand why they're a bit mad, though. It's kind of been like they've watched the same games for the last 20 years. I mean, they did well, a few years ago, but
that was a few years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
A long time ago, mate. To be honest.
On Arsenal points, I've got a lot of mates who are Arsenal fans. I've been to the Emirates. With Arsenal, when Wenger inherited the defence, the old back four and David Seaman, no problem. He could go out and win the double. But that's the thing, he knows midfield, he knows attackers. He doesn't know how to defend, and that's been a big problem. I can understand Arsenal fans who want Wenger out, because they're saying, look, you've done a good job, but ultimately he hasn't won the league for, 11 years? 2004 was that the last time?
And if you look at his transfer policy, I mean, this year they got
Shaka
and
Shaka Hislop.
And they're looking for, what's his name? I can't remember his name, because all I can think is Zach Hislop.
Sorry.
Leicester City, the attacking midfielder.
Mahrez. Apparently Mahrez has come out today and said that he's definitely going to stay at Leicester this season.
Good.
Well, at least till the next transfer window.
But what I mean is, that's their transfer policy. I mean, that's all they do.
Attacking midfielders.
Yeah.
Get them all.
Lots of them.
Like Pokemon. It's mad.
Arteta.
Like,
he'll sort you out.
Like Arteta. No, he's shit. Anyway, so yeah, we're pretty hopeful. We could get turned over. We haven't got a great record at the Emirates, but I don't think we will. We don't think we will. What do you think? Comment below. Let us know what you think we will get. Tell us everything you think about this game. I've had a few beers. Anyway. Yes, so thank you very much. If you've liked what you've watched tonight, please drop a like below and subscribe and share and tell everybody, run out to the streets and tell everybody about Tokyo Reds, because that'd be sound.
Big thank you as well.
Big thank you.
Oh, of course, yes, we've now got a website, tokyoreds.com. Tom's brother Pete did an amazing job setting that up, but thank you very much, from all of us, we really appreciate that. And we'll see you all after the game for the review. Thank you very much. See you later. We love you.
Cheers. Yeah, cheers, Pete.